गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफ यू। आज डिस्कस करेंगे स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू. So this is the second part of anther. Anther usually has two parts, anther wall and sporogenous tissue. In the last video I already taught the anther wall. So today we will discuss the second part of anther is called sporogenous tissue. Sporogenous tissue, it fills the whole interior of a microsporangium. The cells of sporogenous tissue divide with the growth of anther and increases their number. Finally, they are transferred, means the cells of sporogenous tissue transferred into microspore mother cells. Microspore mother cells are also called pollen mother cells. Microspore mother cell is a diploid. It undergoes meiosis. So MMC or microspore mother cell develops an internal layer of callus. So callus is chemically beta 1,3 glucons. So callus breaks the plasmodesmatal connections between them. The separated MMC undergo meiosis and the separated microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to produce tetrads of haploid microspores. These haploid microspores are also called pollen grains. The formation of microspores from microspore mother cell is called microsporogenesis. Usually, the arrangement of microspores in a tetrad is tetrahedral. It is the most common type of microspore tetrad in case of angiosperms. And some other forms or other shapes like isobilateral. However, some shapes are decussate, linear, and T-shaped are also found. In Aristolochi elegans, it is the one of the angiospermic species. In Aristolochi elegans, all the 5 types of tetrads have been recorded. And all the 4 nuclei in a tetrad remain functional to form 4 microspores. And here I will try to write some important points for competitive examinations. So that is, the first point is, in Cyperaceae family, only one microspore become functional. Only one functions, so therefore only one microspore instead of 4 microspores. So out of microspore tetrad, only one microspore become functional. So it is one microspore found by only one meiosis. So in Cyperaceae family, out of tetrad, only one microspore become functional. In some cases, all the 4 pollen grains remain attached to form compound pollen grains. Example, Juncus, Jatropha and Typha. In Calotropis and other related species, all the pollen grains of an anther lobe remain united in a single sac that is called pollinia. And the 2 pollinia of adjacent anthers, they are attached to produce translator. 2 pollinia of anther lobes, they are attached to form a compound structure which is called translator. If more than 4 microspores present in a microspore tetrad, this phenomenon is called polyspory. Polyspory can be observed in case of Cuscuta. And these are the different shapes of microspore tetrads. This is the tetrahedral, it is the common shape, and this is isobilateral, and this is the decussate, this is linear, and this is T-shaped. In all cases, each microspore tetrad has 4 microspores. Out of 4 microspores, 4 are become functional, except in Cyperaceae family. In Cyperaceae family, out of 4 microspores, only 1 microspore become functional. So after the formation, after the development of pollen grains, they should be liberated. So here I will write dehiscence of anther, or it is also called splitting or bursting of anther. The matured anther dries up with the loss of water. The dead cells of endothecium rupture in the region of stomium, and pollen grains, after the rupturing or dehiscence, pollen grains liberated outside. अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे पोलन ग्रेन का स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन. सो दिस इज द डायग्राम ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन. The pollen grain has 2 layers, inner layer and outer layer. Inner layer is called intine, outer layer is called exine, and this is the pollen grain has 2 unequal cells. This is tube cell. Tube cell is also called vegetative cell, and this is the nucleus of vegetative or tube cell. This is the generative cell. These are the different types of vacuoles, and this is germ pore. This is the Diagram of pollen grain. So pollen grains they are commonly globular in outline. The diameter of pollen grain is 25 to 50 micrometers. The cytoplasm is rich in starch and other unsaturated oils. The latter protect the chromosomes. Unsaturated oils protect the chromosomes from radiation damage. The covering of pollen grain is called sporoderm. And sporoderm has two layers, outer layer and inner layer. Outer layer is called exine and inner layer is called intern. Intern is made up of pictocellulase and exine is made up of highly resistant fatty substance that is called sporopollen. Sporopollen is one of the hardest substance because it is not degraded by any enzymes and it is not affected by high temperature, strong acid and strong alkali. Because of the presence of sporopollen, pollen grains are well preserved as microfossils. In insect pollinated pollen grains, the exine is spiny as well as covered by yellowish, viscous, sticky and oily layer is called pollen kit. And pollen kit is made up of lipids and carotenoids. At certain places, the exine is thin or absent. The areas may have thickened intine or deposition of callus. Such areas are called germ pores. If they are rounded, then they are called germ pores. If they are elongated, they are said to be germinal furrows. And in case of dicots, pollen grains are generally tricolpate. Tricolpate means with 3 germ pores. So tricolpate pollen grains are the characteristic feature of dicots. And in case of monocots, they are monocolpate. Monocolpate means with single germ. The study of external morphology of matured pollen grains is called palynology. Now we will look into some important points regarding pollen grains. The first one is pollen viability. The period in which pollen grains retain the ability to germinate is called pollen viability. It is little in flowers pollinated in bud condition. It is about 30 minutes in case of rice and wheat. In others, the period of viability is long, even months, in some members of Rosaceae, Leguminaceae and Solanaceae. Pollen viability depends on temperature and humidity of area. And one more important point is cryopreservation. A preservation of pollen grains for years with the help of liquid nitrogen at minus 190 degrees Celsius in pollen banks is called cryopreservation. It is used for plant breeding program. Another important point is pollen allergy. Some pollen grains are produced in large number, especially in Anemophilus species. They float in air and enter respiratory tracts. Some individuals develop allergy to them, producing respiratory disorders like rhinitis, asthma and bronchitis. The major contribution of pollen grain is carrot grass. The scientific name of carrot grass is Parthenium. It entered India as contaminant with imported wheat but has spread in all parts of the country. Next, one more important point regarding pollen grain is pollen products. The pollen grains, especially the ones collected by bees, they are being used for variety of purposes like nature cure, cosmetics and as food supplements. Pollen grains are believed to be rich in nutrients. That is proteins 7 to 26%, carbohydrates 24 to 48%, fats 0.9 to 14.5%. They are taken as tablets or syrups to improve health and enhances performances of athletes and racehorses.